Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm starting a vlog, and that is reading spicy books in the desert. So I am going to Palm Springs for 4 days, 3 nights, 4 days, just for a little getaway. And I thought I'm gonna do a vlog while I'm there. Like, what kind of books should I be reading for this vlog? Because I spend a lot of time at the pool and a lot of downtime in Palm Springs. We just relax and I get a lot of books read, usually. And so I was thinking, what should I read? And what better idea than to read super spicy, super hot books in 100-degree weather. So I thought that was a perfect kind of theme for this vlog. So I'm going to read 2 of the spiciest books on my TBR. The first book is Insatiable by Leigh Rivers. That is the first in the Edge of Darkness trilogy. And yeah, this is supposed to be a very dark romance, 5 out of 5 on the spice scale. And it's about Cade, who hates Stacy, and they obviously it's they have a history. We don't know. She broke his heart, kind of ruined his life. Maybe he went into the underground, but he's kind of still obsessed with her. It says that he kills anyone that gets close to her, and so he's obsessed with her, but he hates her. But now he's gonna make her his again. So yeah, that's all I know. It seems like kind of enemy to lovers, second chance, dark romance. But yeah, it's supposed to be pretty spicy. The other book I'm going to be reading in this vlog is Lights Out by Navessa Allen. So of course, this is extremely popular series. This is the #1 of the Into Darkness series. I've seen it everywhere, and I've always been intrigued. I've been intrigued by it. So it's been on my TBR not that long, but apparently it's 5 out of 5 spice rating. So I figured, yeah, the weather is hot. Let's keep the books hot as well. So it's about Nurse Allie, who has this kink of a break-in fantasy, I guess, where a masked man breaks into her house and comes into her bedroom, and she follows these masked men on the internet. And one of these masked men, Josh, notices her. He's one of these men that post these pictures and stuff for his online fans, being masked. He notices her, and they actually, I think, it says, I think they meet up and they start having these fantasies together. But then they find out that she's being stalked by someone sinister. Someone sinister is trying to get her, so he has to also deal with that situation or something. Anyway, it's a stalker romance, dark romance. Yeah, I don't know much about it except for that, but it's a very popular book, so we are going to read that one in this vlog as well. All packed up, the Kindle is charged. Let's get to Palm Springs. It's our first night in Palm Springs, and we were just getting ready to go to bed. So we spent the afternoon here. So I have been able to read a good amount. I'm about 27% through Insatiable. And yeah, so far it's fine. There's a lot we don't know still, so there's a lot I don't know how I'm going to feel about anything. So far it's fine. It's aggressively fine so far. Definitely second chance romance. There's a lot of stuff we don't know yet, so obviously that's going to get revealed. So no complaints, but not obsessed with it either. I don't know. It feels like the parents could have their own, it kind of feels like this is a follow-up of the kids' stories, and Cade's parents, his father, his stepfather, his mom, could have had their own series. Yeah, it's weird. I feel like they could have had their... Maybe they do. I don't know. I'll have to look that up. But it feels like they could have had their series, and then Insatiable is a companion series to the parents, the kids of that story. I don't know. If it isn't, I think I'd be interested in reading that, because the parent story is so far more interesting than the main characters of the story. So hopefully I will make a huge progress tomorrow, because we're going to be doing a lot of reading tomorrow, and hopefully finish it. I'm now 81% through Insatiable, and yeah, it's spicy. Definitely, I would say hotness scale. I would say for a while it wasn't anything shocking, and then it kind of it was 4.5 on the spicy scale, and then kind of alluded to 5. It was oh, we could do that, and I think that would be a 5, but didn't happen. And then I put the clip in when I was reading a certain page, and I was like, oh, that's different. I think that's 5. I think that'd be 5 out of 5 spice, I think. Yeah, I haven't read anything like that before. So it's 102 degrees here in Palm Springs today. So we were out by the pool reading, and I would say yes. By this point, by 81% through, I would say that the spice level, the hotness level of this book is definitely between a 4.5 and a 5. Again, I have 20% left, so we'll see what happens. It's funny that I said last night in my update that it feels like the parents have their own series, and this is like a follow-up series, because the parents' kind of backstory from what we get, Cade's parents' story, is like so insane, and his parents are in the book, that I found out after I looked it up that she wrote a sequel about his parents. So they do have a book, and I am tempted because it seems so crazy, their story that I know so far. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. But I am glad that she kind of told that story, whether it was in this own series or a prequel, because yeah, that story seems absolutely bonkers compared to even the one that we're reading now in Insatiable. And yeah, I mean, the characters are fine. A lot of things are being kept from the reader. Characters know a lot of things that we don't know, and it's just being, as characters talk about things, we are, as a reader, are getting informed. It doesn't bother me, but usually I feel like we know something that the characters know, or we find out along with the characters, but the reader is really kept in the dark in this one, with a lot of like the secrets and the revelations that are coming to light. Definitely check your trigger warnings if you're interested in reading this book. It is dark. There is a lot of triggers for people, so make sure you check that if you're interested in this. But yeah, I'm reading it. I'm mildly entertained. Like, there's nothing like gripping me crazy about this story. I do think it's weird that there's a group of friends and they all just pair up perfectly. Let's see, maybe this last 20% will surprise me. Finished Insatiable. Sorry if you can hear this fan going, because it's obviously extremely hot here in Palm Springs. Even with the air conditioning on, we need the fan on in the hotel room. So we were just sitting out on the balcony reading, and yeah, I finished it. So it was the ending was good. I really enjoyed the ending, and the ending makes me feel like I might read the next book in the series. Because guess what? I've started another series. These 2 books in this vlog are series. 2 first books in series, which of course, that's the way it always goes. It's always a series, isn't it? The ending was intriguing enough, and there was enough left unresolved that I want to see those things resolved. I want everyone to know everything going on. So that does make me want to read the second book and kind of see all the secrets get revealed and everyone know the truth of everything, and like I want to know more about what's happened because we don't know all the details as the reader. And yeah, this is definitely going to be, I think, a book that would be, I just did that video that was like books where they can't be together but they just can't stop. I feel like the second book is gonna be like one of those, like can't be together but can't not be together. Yeah, so it wasn't the best book. The spice was around 4.5. There was really only one scene that was, I would say, more spicy than average. But it was out there. It was definitely a scene. So yeah, I would say 4.75 on the spicy scale, which is pretty spicy. I did enjoy the flashbacks, like the flashbacks to the beginning of their relationship. I did really enjoy reading those because it's such a different situation that they're in now in present day, and they're such different people. So it was nice to kind of see them at a more innocent time in their life and falling in love for the first time and all that. That was cute. I did like that. As far as rating, I'm kind of stuck between a 3.5 and a 4. The ending was good and it did intrigue me enough, and there was enough, like I said, left unsaid and unresolved that I want to see those things happen in the next book. So, but if I'm just rating this book alone, the ending was good, but I think I'm probably going to give it a 3.5. So great desert read because it's pretty hot and spicy, but we will see if Lights Out is even more spicy than that. Okay, it's time for my first update on Lights Out. And I am on chapter 8, 21% through. So we've been reading at the pool. this morning, and this afternoon it's about 2 o'clock. And so I thought I would come back to the room and update you because I'm just not really, the pool, there's people at the pool, so I really wasn't going to vlog down there. So, and talk to you about the book down there. So, as you saw from the little clip, there's a lot of trigger warnings in this book, which I figured that, that tracks, even though I haven't gotten to a lot of those triggers yet. Something that struck me right away is that Josh and Cade, so Josh is the MMC from this book, and Cade is the MMC from Insatiable, a lot of really strange similarities between them. Like, their fathers have a lot of similarities, which I don't know if I've ever read a book with that similarity, and then literally 2 dark romances that I've read in a row have that as part of the plot. Very strange. Is this something that's common if you've read these books, is this something that's common in dark romances? This, like, the thing about Cade and Josh's dads? I was like, whoa, this is really strange. So that was weird. And also, like, how the fear that they have around becoming their fathers is very similar in these books. Yeah. Strange. That struck me right off the bat, that it's, like, very similar. But so far, it's very funny. It's very messed up in a very charming way, I will say. Yeah, like, nothing that's happening, except for, like, the mask stuff, like, the kink stuff, like, no shame about that. But, like, that's fine. But, like, things that Josh is doing so far, none of that is okay. But you still like him, and you still root for him. And it's, like, charming and funny. And it is, like, it says it's, like, a dark romance, like, rom-com. And it is kind of, like, a really messed up rom-com so far. I can see why this book is so popular and these series is so popular. I see it in the bookstore everywhere, and that's why I was, like, intrigued by it. As far as spice goes, other than alluding to a mask kink, nothing has really happened. Nothing too spicy so far, but looking at those trigger warnings, all the spice is coming, apparently. It's written very well to make it, like, super immersive and easy to read, and so strange that so many messed up things are happening, and you still root for these people. You still root for Josh, even though you're like, oh my god, this is crazy. That shows you how well it's written, because some messed up shiznit is happening, and you're still rooting for our MMC at this point. And I'm 21% through, so we'll see. But yeah, you still, like, find him lovable, even though he's crossing every imaginable boundary so far with privacy and stuff. So yeah, I'm actually really liking it. It has such an interesting mix of just being a romance, a rom-com, a dark romance with, like, a kink, like a mask kink in it. Like, it's balancing so well. I am shocked at how well it's balancing all of these aspects and kind of, like, these genres. Like, this is really, I'm kind of, like, shocked. Yeah, so I'm going to go back down to the pool and keep reading, and I will let you know when I'm much further on. We are back from Palm Springs. We spent the last day in Joshua Tree, so I've sprinkled some footage from that. That was our first visit. We've been to Palm Springs many times, but that was our first visit to Joshua Tree, and really liked it. It was beautiful. So before I left Palm Springs, I got to about 60% mark. And I usually update around 80. Since I'm going out for the day, I don't know, like, when I'm really going to get a big chunk of time to read. Probably tomorrow. I'll finish it tomorrow, let's be real. But today I probably won't be able to get to read. But we just got home last night from Palm Springs, so I just want to give you an update. I'm on chapter 22, 73% through. So my next update will be when I finish it. And yeah, all my same thoughts from before. It seamlessly blends so many genres. Like, it's not what I expected at all. Plot has definitely taken a swerve from this, like, hidden identity, mask kink person that she's getting involved with to it's definitely swerved in another direction, which they kind of allude to on the back of the book in the synopsis about, like, someone with nefarious intentions. But yeah, the back of the book does not really encapsulate this book very well, in my opinion. I don't know where we're going to go from here at 73% through. And that's fine. It's not bad. It's just not what I expected. But really enjoying it. Caught me by surprise, like I said. And I will be back with my final thoughts on Lights Out. Hello, everyone. I am here with my one more chapter cup with tea because I'm dragging today. Did not sleep well last night. I'm dragging today. So I have my tea with caffeine. This is the only time if I'm dragging, I have my caffeine in my tea. I don't do coffee. And this will carry me through the rest of the day. All right, so final thoughts on Lights Out. I don't know if I have any more like fleshed out thoughts because I did finish it like 2 days ago now. Yeah, just kind of going to repeat some of the stuff I said before. It surprised me, very much surprised me. I love how it blends so many genres together. Really shocked me how well those were all blended together. I think I'm giving it a 4. I think I'm giving it 4 stars. I was thinking about 4.5, but I decided to go for 4. So maybe between that, I don't do any more granular ratings than that, but I think I'm just going to stick for 4 to be safe. I think. See, I'm not even sure. Look at my Goodreads if you are that invested. I will say that the overall plot, how things went, felt a little bit disjointed. I feel like the first half was a romance and the second half was kind of a thriller. I feel like I would have liked it more if it had been a little bit more intertwined equally throughout the whole thing. I like the exploration of trauma in this book and how people deal with it. And just because you enjoy certain things, it doesn't make you a psychopath or a sicko or whatever when it's two consenting adults, like in a safe environment and all of that, and everyone's on the same page, that's fine. Yeah, it just very surprised me. I know this next book, it's interconnected standalones for the next 2, and a lot of people don't like the second book, so I probably will give it a try at some point, but no rush. I don't even know if I'll get to it this year. I have too many other books I need to read before the end of the year. But I did like this a lot. And yeah, I love how Josh like adopted Fred right off the bat. Like that was very sweet. I did love that. And he's someone that is like so like also like you feel for him because he doesn't trust himself and because of his history. And like, yeah, you just feel for him. Social media presence thing ended up being a much smaller part of the book than I initially thought, but still, I think it was fun. It was a fun way to start the book. 5 out of 5 spice. For sure. Pretty much the spiciest book I've ever read. That's the end of this vlog, reading spicy books in 110-degree weather. And like I'm home in the valley, so it's still like the surface of the sun, just not quite as bad as Palm Springs. If you made it to the end of this video, put some like hot emojis, like peppers, fire, anything that's like hot and spicy. That's all for me. Thanks for watching. In the description box below, I'll link both books that I mentioned, also my Instagram, Goodreads, and Discord link. I'll see you next time. Stay spicy, friends.